First and foremost, guys, we're going to do a Rogue Company tier list. This is for competitive demolition. This isn't taking into account what's best in Strikeout or Extraction or any of those other game modes. This is competitive demolition at a high level. And yeah, that's how we're doing the tier list. So this one's kind of weird. S plus, S, A. So S plus is top. Alright, let's get it out of the way. S plus, I'm going with the big fixer. I don't really think there's much explanation that needs to be said for this one. The guy is a sniper that can two-shot to the body. It's fucking busted. He can see through smoke for a very long period of time. I think it's still like 8 seconds, 10 seconds. His pistol's one of the better ones in the game. It just got a buff in the last update. He has C4, which is a very strong explosive. I guess he's not as good as he used to be because of all the buffs they've gave him, but I still have him as the best rogue in the game. If not, second or third best. Anything below that, and you're just fucking drunk. This is where it gets tough. Maybe we go in order. Rock did that in his. Maybe we do that in ours instead of just like trying to figure out which ones are S plus first. Anvil. The meta changed a lot too, so that's why this is really hard. But Anvil, I would say he's gonna have to be an S for strong. He's more than just A for above average. He's definitely strong. He has headstrong. He has tenacity. Tenacity isn't as good as it used to be, but still, he's a fucking tank. He has 2 trophies. He's immune to flash. He has a C4, which is one of the better explosives in the game. He has an LMG, which one upgrade gives you 90 bullets, and Stalker, basically. I mean, he's gross. You know, he has the shield for retaking, the shield for planning. I wouldn't say he's S plus, because he's not great on every single map, I wouldn't say. But he's up there. I mean, he's one of the more useful rogues on every map, and he can, you know, if you have the right comp around him, he's disgusting. Chalky boy. Ooh. This one's hard, man. This one's hard. Chalk. It's weird with the way it is set up with S plus and S and stuff like that, but Chalk is probably... Chalk for me would have to be either like one of the worst ones in the S or probably like the highest one in A. Just because he's a great aggressive rogue. He has an ability that can give him up to 175 health. He's got the flashbang. He's got the Semtex. He's got life drain. I just don't know if he's good on like the longer range maps. He doesn't really have a long range weapon, so sometimes it can be harder to use him. And he's not. I don't know. I think he's A. I think that's a good place to put him. He's good. He's just a little bit one-dimensional at times. He's more of like an aggressive rogue. And if you don't have like an aggressive comp or an aggressive team, it's not necessarily the best choice, I would say. So yeah, I would say A. Dahlia. Damn, this shit's about to be hard as fuck, dude. Yo, Atari, have a good one. I appreciate the support. You're a fucking legend. And yeah, you're a beast. Alright, Dahlia. This one's tough too. Because it's just the fact that they have like average at B, like it says average. I wish they didn't have like what they say for all these. I wish it just said A and B. I guess it makes sense, but I'm trying to think if Dahlia would get A or B, because I think right now she gets A or B. She doesn't get S anymore because she isn't as strong, because she can't pre-link. She can't free link. She can pre-link, but she can't free link. So if someone goes down, she can't link and res like she used to be able to, which means she isn't quite as strong. But she still has her use. You could still link to Trench for the double nade, Anvil for not being flashed, Kestrel for extra money, Scorch to, you know, not to be immune to fire. So she still has her uses. I think I'm gonna put her at A at first, behind Chalk. She might go down to B. She might go down to B, but I have to think about it. I'm gonna put her at A for now, and then I'm gonna think more. Actually, I'm gonna get this one out of the way. I'm gonna skip Dallas real quick. I'm gonna do Dima. I think Dima's the worst rogue in competitive. There's not a great use for him. His grenade launcher just isn't as good as it needs to be. It's very easy to avoid it. A lot of times people can like tank it if they have tenacity. I don't know if it's not. Maybe his ult is better now that like the tenacity got nerfed, but I still don't see anyone use him. You know, he has a good gun and stuff. It's just I don't know, his ult is just mediocre. I feel like that really holds him back. Like the grenade launcher ult has just always been hard to get good usage out of it consistently. And just because of that, you know, EMP's one of the not so good items in the game. He has EMPs. I mean, they're good, but there's so many better alternatives. Grenades are good, but I don't know, man. I think he's the worst in competitive, mainly because of his ult being mediocre. All right, we'll go to Dallas now. This is tough too because Dallas probably would have easily been like a strong lock for S on this list. But with Seeker coming out, it's hard to say like if that bumps him down a little bit or if he stays there. It's hard to say because there's still like uses you can get from Dallas that you can't get from Seeker in like ways to use Seeker that you can't use Dallas, right? In the sense that, I mean, Dallas has padded steps, so he's great for flanking. He always reveals the guy closest to you, whereas Seeker, you need to have a bow to like check multiple spots, which you can get kind of cheeky with the nerdy bow stuff, but still, always marking the closest guy to you is very helpful with Dallas. So, man, this is so tough. Right now, I think I'm going to put him at... I'm not sure yet. I'm going to skip him because he's either the best at A or he's like at the S tier, but he's not like the best in the S tier. Mainly because of Seeker coming out. Let's do Glitch. So, Glitch doesn't have the best weapons. You know, his SMG's okay. Doesn't have the best weapons. He has a flashbang, which is useful. He has flashes, and then he also has a Semtex, which, you know, Semtex is decent. But his ability is low-key underrated. Like, he's either a C or a B. I just have to think about it real quick. I think I'm going to put him at C right now, just because people don't really utilize him that much. You know, if he had better weapons, I think he'd be higher up there. But he has the fucking ability, which can be used for intel. If you see anyone on your phone or whatever, you know exactly where they are. Hold up. Let me see. Try to see if I should move the cam like over here or something. Maybe make it a little smaller. It's kind of blocking like some of what the list was saying, so I'm gonna move that real quick. But yeah, Glitch, I mean, you could use him for intel. He has padded steps, so he could be a flanker. And, you know, in certain strategies, hacking the other team and destroying their equipment or, you know, destroying their shield or whatnot can be really, really useful on some maps. I just feel like he's underutilized. A lot of people just don't pick him, mainly because there's other rogues that are just make more sense and are just easier to use and stronger. But with some small buffs, I think Glitch could become like more of the meta on some maps. It's just right now with the intel meta, it's really hard to fit a Glitch into your comp. So I'm gonna give him right now C for below average. But you know, some strong teams utilize him really well, and he could be much higher for sure, especially given a couple buffs. All right. We're going to keep skipping Dallas? I think we are. Let's do Kestrel. All right, Kestrel. That's a good one. So Kestrel has a bounce nade, which I think the bounce nade is much better than a regular grenade. It's just, you have to practice with them, but once you get the bounce nades down, there's really no counter to a bounce nade, right? Like, a perfectly landed bounce nade, you're just kind of dead. Like, unless you have, like, trophies or something, obviously, but you're just kind of dead. Kestrel ult is really, really strong for fighting. It's instant. The rockets come out right away. That's pretty nuts. She has the stim, which is also really good. Decent perk set. I think she's an S, and I'm going to keep Anvil as better than her just because Anvil is, you can use him in more ways, but Kestrel is one of the best raw slayers in the game right now, in my opinion, so I think she definitely deserves an S. We'll do Lancer. Ooh, Lancer. Lancer's kind of busted, honestly. I mean, her ability, I guess the only thing that can counter her ability right now is sticky sensors, which actually are a little bit more into the meta than they're more into the meta than they ever have been because there's two characters now that have the sticky sensors, not just Phantom, but also Seeker. But nonetheless, I mean, when she's in her ability, she can't be revealed. She doesn't show up on Talon Dart. She's completely silent. She runs faster, so she can get to places before other people. She's the best flank character in the game. And a good Lancer is probably one of the most annoying characters to play against, if not just the most annoying character to play against, because Lancer's busted. Now, where does she fit on the list? Because I feel like still on some maps she isn't as good as she is on others. You know, she has her strong maps like Canals, Skyfell, Vice. I mean, honestly, she's good on most maps, though. Like, the only maps that I feel like the only maps I can think of that people don't really use her on much is, like, Factory, High Castle, and, you know, those might be, like, two of the only ones. And, like I've even seen some good Lancers play really well in, like, Favelas. So she actually can be utilized well on almost every map. It's just whether or not you have someone that knows how to play her at a high level, because that takes a lot of smarts and a lot of, you know, ratting skills. So where does she sit? It's either S or A, in my opinion. I'm trying to think. I would say Lancer's definitely better than Dahlia right now, like, no doubt. Is Lancer better than Chalk right now? I would say Chalk's easier to use, but alright, I'm going to put her right here. I'm going to put her as the A for above average, as the best. I might put her up here before this is over, but we'll see. Alright, let's just get Dallas over with, bro, because I'm fucking pissing myself off not getting him over with. Dallas. Dallas. He has an Ensign. He has an EMP. Ensign's one of the stronger items in the game. EMP it's okay. He has the HRM 30k, which is a decent gun, and then the Devotion, which is, if you're good with the DMR, it's really nasty. Although it has, like, a low amount of ammo, like 6 bullets or whatever, unless you upgrade it. Alright, let's put Dallas at... I think just because Seeker came out, I think we're going to put him below Lancer, above Chalk. Yeah, I kind of like him right there. He's above average. If Seeker wasn't in the game right now, he'd probably be S, like the strong one. But just because of Seeker, we're going to put him there. Phantom right now. So Phantom got the Nightshade. She obviously has her Sniper. She has the Sticky Sensors, which are one of the best items in the game, to be honest. I feel like we're learning that right now, because there's no legit counter to Sticky Sensors. You just have to see them or hear them and shoot them. And they're very small, kind of hard to find at times. They're just annoying as hell. But, you know, I don't think Phantom's great, I wouldn't say. Even with the Nightshade, there's still, like, better options. Because if you look at, like, her versus Vi, I mean, Vi can do a lot more for your team, I feel like, than a Phantom. You know, on sniper maps, she's strong, but there's only so many maps that are actually, like, sniper maps. Like, Lockdown's the only, like, pure sniper map in the game, I feel like. There's others. I guess Lockdown and Windward are, like, the only two maps that are, like, great for snipers. There's some other ones that are decent, I feel like, but the game isn't too much about sniping. I feel like there's better options in terms of... Yeah, I would say Phantom's just straight up average. She's not bad, but she's also not great. On some maps, you can get great usage out of her, but, you know... Eh. Alright, Ronin time. Damn, this one's tough. I think off the rip, I'm thinking... I don't know if I would have Dahlia or Ronin better. As a pure rogue, obviously, Rogue's better than Dahlia, but Dahlia's, you know, she can be utilized in a lot of different ways to link to a lot of different teammates that could give her stuff that makes her better. So I think I'm going to put her, Ronin, as above average because she's another good Slayer rogue. She has the KA-30. She has Grenade. She has the Ronin Knife, which is very powerful. Can be utilized in many different ways. And then she also has Smokes, which Smokes are some of the best. They're one of the best items in the game. You know, smoking off lanes to push stuff as a team. She has Tracker Rounds, too, which are very, very useful perk. I'm like actually 50. I think I'm actually going to put Ronin over Dahlia, but that one's really close. No. Yes. Yeah. That one's really close. All right, Saint. I mean, I think Saint just has to go... I think Saint has to go S right now, below Anvil and Kestrel, because he's the safer healer option right now. He has better weapons than Dahlia, in my opinion. His AR is really strong. The Mamba, some people really like. He has C4, one of the better explosive items in the game. He has Smokes. Smokes are very useful. Good set of perks. Helping Hands, fucking... I actually forget some of his perks, but I know he has a good set of perks. So I think he's just S. I think he's the best healer right now. Although Dahlia can have some good usages as well. Scorch. Ooh, this one's tough. Where does Scorch fit right now in the ecosystem in Rogue Company? I gotta think. Scorch. She's not S+ in my opinion. because you don't even see a lot of teams using her right now. The her shotgun, the arbitrator, got nerfed. It used to be fucking insanely broken. Now it's just okay. I actually haven't seen like anyone use it, partially because Factory isn't in the game right now. But the SLC is good for an SMG. I'd say one of the better SMGs, but it's still like, it's not as good as having like other guns. Like it's not as good as having like a KA-30 or, you know, like a Riptide or the Anvil LMG. It's a good gun, but like it limits you on some maps, especially like longer range maps. So I would say, I'm actually gotta really think about this one. This one's tough. Like, where does Scorch fit in right now? She's obviously not average. She's obviously above that, but is she in the strong category or the above average category? Man, I think right now, with Intel meta and her not being an Intel rogue, and her arbitrator getting nerfed, I feel like she's in the above average category, like the A. I think she's... I would say she's right below Lancer, to be honest with you. I would say Lancer, then Scorch, then Dallas, then Chalk, then Ronin, then Dahlia. That's what I would say. Alright, this one might surprise some people, but Seeker, I think Seeker right now is S+. I think Seeker's S+. I mean, he has an arrow that can reveal people multiple times per round. He can get it like 3 times a round, I think. He can reveal them with that. He has 2 sticky sensors. Extremely good, man. Sticky sensors are so fucking good. You can have them like, you can put them on your flanks. You can put them to like check spots. You can put them in so many ratty spots that other teams won't find them right away, and they can be so useful to your team with the information they give you. He has a bounce nade, which bounce nade is it's so good. The bounce nade is so fucking good right now, and he has the passive where the bounce grenades do like more damage off a bounce or whatever. So, you know, if you have a Seeker that knows how to use the bounce nades, you know, those are deadly. The sticky sensors as well. Such useful information for the team. You can watch your flank. You can put it in so many like ratty spots that the other teams won't check. And he has 2 pretty top tier guns. The DMR he has, which is the old one that Phantom had. I think it got like a buff. The AUG, it's pretty good. And then the Sahara is one of the best ARs, or Sahara. Definitely one of the better ARs in the game. So I just think he's S+, mainly because of all the intel he can get. If he only had his bow once per round, I wouldn't put him S+, but to get it 3 times per round or whatever, fucking crazy. Ooh, Sigrid. This one's tough. Another tough one. I might have to change some things at the end, depending on, like... Yeah, I might have to change some things at the end, but we'll see. Sigrid. I think I put Sigrid with Phantom, if I'm being honest. I'll put Sigrid after Phantom. She's a little ratty, you know. She has her uses. She definitely has her uses on some maps. I think she's underrated right now. You know, the fact that you can use the shield to plant or the shield to defuse or the shield to bait out the other team. You know, she has better perks now. Toughen up, take reduced damage from melee. She has tenacity. She has life drain. But overall, there's just better options, I feel like. And she's kind of one-dimensional. She's kind of like a up-in-your-face, distract you, and bait you out so your teammates can push up kind of rogue. But yeah, she's nothing special, but, you know, she's really annoying to play against, especially a good Sigrid. We might start seeing more usage out of her. It's just with the intel meta, it's hard. Talon. It's time for the big Talon. Alright. Where do I think Talon lines up in the rogues right now? I think Talon's probably in the A tier, but where? I think he's definitely more useful to have on your team than like a Ronin or a Dahlia. Do I think Talon's better than Dallas and Shock? I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. It's a tough call. Alright, I think I'm going to put him right there and let me think about it. Talon Dart can be really useful. You could just keep picking it up, putting it back down, picking it up, putting it back down. Talon also has flashes. He also has a C4. But the Talon Dart isn't like... It doesn't have a huge radius, to be honest with you. It's just... Like, it's good, but it doesn't have a huge radius, which, obviously, if it did, it would be super fucking unfair. I'm trying to think here if I think Talon's better than Shock. I think I might move Talon up better than Shock. Maybe I could put Talon better than Dallas right now just because Seeker's in the game. But I don't know. For me, these three are really hard to like say which one's better than the other. Talon, Dallas, and Chalk. I feel like they're all in like the same area. Talon's SMG's okay. He has a pretty good DMR, so if you're nasty with the DMR, I mean, that's always a W. He has tracker rounds. He has some pretty good perks, I would say. So, yeah, I think I'm going to put Talon right there for now. Trench time. Ooh. Trench, trench, trench. Alright. Trench has tracker rounds. He has the HRM, not a bad gun. He has the MXR, which isn't the best DMR anymore. He has up to 3 trophies and 3 tear gases, which can be really good, and the 2 barbed wire. So his utility is great. He's a great support rogue, not a great slayer. He's definitely above average right now. But where? I would put him over Dahlia, personally. Would I put Trench over Ronin? I would, just because Ronin's a little bit more one-dimensional in the fact... I think that's close, actually. Because I feel like Trench is only good on a couple maps. That's the thing. I feel like Trench is only good on a few maps. Kind of like Dahlia right now is only really being utilized on a few maps. But the thing is, I mean, some people are starting to branch out and use Dahlia more just because of her fact that she can link to Trench and get the double nades, or link to someone else and get something that's important. I'll put Trench right there right now. Okay, yeah, I like that. Alright, Vi time. The last rogue. Last rogue. I know she's had a Vi pool glitch recently, and she hasn't been in the meta quite as much. There's no doubt, in my opinion, that she's either S+ or S. Man, this one's actually tough. This one is tough. She has the 2 Vi pools. She has an Ensign. She has the Nightshade, one of the better weapons in the game. She has tracker rounds, bounce back, pretty good perk set. It's just hard to say with the current explosive meta, is she S+ with the explosive meta? And honestly, I think with the explosive meta, I might have to put her at strong. I might just have to. Like the best strong character in the game. So I might have to say Fixer is still the best rogue in the game. Obviously, I don't think some people will agree, but if you play against a really good Fixer, I mean, you'll know why I have him as the best in the game. And if Fixer was allowed in competitive anymore, I feel like it would still be one of those things where the only way you can counter a Fixer is by having a Fixer yourself. Some might disagree. Some might say, you know, you could just reveal him with a Dallas or a Seeker arrow. But still, and when you peek him, he can still 2-shot you to the body if you don't have Headstrong, which is just crazy. Sniper has a quick fire rate too. Yeah, so actually I like this list.